we'll keep the forum a little open. It's not too much, I mean, structured. I mean, we can the agenda in today. What I'm going to cover and the structure I'm going to define is I will quickly walk you through some of those, the option strategy that I follow, and I feel like they are the best one. But again, you can take your own judgment. I mean, obviously, but I will walk you through some of the practice that I follow, for the option, and also in the option trading, the Gen G option strategy, the trading that the setup that we have, they are really, really powerful enough. At least that will give a lot of insight before you take any trade. So I'm going to walk through that functionality as well. Anywhere you feel like you have a question, please raise your hand and we can quickly go back to your question. I think this is the goal here is that every question you have been answered and you go back out of the meeting with a lot of details. Okay. um so has any one of you already doing the option? I'm sure, like, if you join the option call, I'm sure like you are doing some option, right? so few things, we really need to understand. We are doing tons of stock trading, right? The stock tradings are pretty different. You buy stocks based on the alert you receive, you secure a gain, you exit out. But the stocks comes with I mean, it has a different setup. There is no expiry date, right? You buy a stock and you can hold it for today, you can hold it for 10 days, you can hold it for a month or 3 months and a year. There is no time decay. But the option is something where everything comes with a theta decay, right? Like every option is equivalent to 100 stocks. So when you buying an option, you are actually signing a contract that you are obligated to buy 100 stocks, right? A lot of people, what they do is they buy option and they execute the option at expiry, right? So they take the option, they take the stock at the execution. But a lot of people, what they do is, I mean, most of the people, what they do is they play only with the premium of the option, right? So when you buy a option call representing 100 stocks at a certain price, when the stock's going in your direction, like if you're buying a call, if the stocks moves in your direction, then the premium price will keep going up. But when a option going against your direction, that you like, you buying, if you're buying a call, if the stock going down, then the price of the premium goes down. So a lot of the people, what they do is they don't execute the option unless you are like a, that kind of strategy player. People are buying a option when the premium go higher, right? They make the difference and they make the money. That is what the option strategy. That's where you can make the money. Options, yes, you are not investing huge amount of money, but you are risking whatever you're risking. Whatever the money you're putting, that comes with the risk. So in if you're buying a stock for Apple at $310, and if you're buying 100 Apple stock, then you're putting 31,000, right? If you're buying 100 stocks with Apple, and when the Apple go from 310 to 311, you make $1 gain on the stock, and $100, then it's $100 you make the profit. But at the same time, when you're buying an option, right, for this, when you're buying an option, you need to put $31,000. There is a specific, if it is on the money or if it is out of the money, right, then you are not paying $31,000. There is a specific calculation that happen defining the option, defining the price of the option. I will not go in the details how the option work, right? I'm sure like you have those basic details. I don't want to go there. I will focus specific rules, what you should follow, and how the GenZTrade can help you with taking some of those decisions. Okay, so obviously this is the fastest way to make the money, but again, this is the fastest way to lose it because you are going against the theta decay. If your right direction is as the stock, you make lots of money. But if it is goes in opposite direction, you lose money. So that's where the theta decay play in the option strategy. Uh, three rules that I follow specifically, right? I mean, I make maximum 2% of my portfolio into the option. Like if you're $10,000, right? You should go $200 max. Don't put a lot of money unless you are completely focused on the option. Being if you're trying to build a portfolio, trying to manage a portfolio with consistent gain, with the discipline, this is some of those strategy a lot of people use it. 2% of your account should go on the option if you prefer to option play, because if something goes wrong, it's okay to lose because you can always recover the money. If you put a lot of money on the option, and if the big news comes in and the stocks goes completely reverse direction, you may lose lots of money, right? So the first one I prefer is to put like maximum 2% money on an option. Maximum, how many the system generates so many alert. That doesn't mean that you have to take each and every alert the system generate. Play focus on 2 or 3 trade at max, so you have room to come out clean, or you have room to average out based on a certain situation and get in and pick the money and take the money out. But if you're playing more, like all the alert that comes in, you're taking one by one, then that is considered as a gambling. That is not, you are really not on the option side. Again, focused and manage three options and max three open position. That will help you, help you do a consistent. Don't take all the alert the system generate. Identify the best three based on your preference, then go for it. The second, I mean, if every options you take it, the first rule I told you, right? You can make lots of money, but you can make lots of losses. But if you know exactly what you're taking, the system give you your entry price, your stop price, and your target price. Then the system also generate a soft stop for you. I mean, as you know that. So when the system trigger, I mean, when you're playing an option, identify those numbers and add those three numbers while you place the trade, so that you never go, in a situation where, you know, the stock go reverse direction, you do not have a stop price, and all the money that you buy in the contract, you will lose that, right? So these are very, very basic, things that I follow, in during my option trading. I will quickly go take you to the other screen, where we are talking about specifically how this system can help you. So I mean, most, you all know that, I don't go you because, I see a lot of people who join the call, they have seen the system and using the system pretty extensively, right? So I will directly take you to option, because today's meeting is completely focused on option. We're not talking about anything around the stocks or the momentum scanners or the 2x, 3x or any of them, right? So when you go into the system, your landing page is workbench. You go into the workbench, there is something called here option, right? Go and click on the option, open that. So the system has tons of change in last few days. When you were playing, when you were doing this before, you might not have seen this resolved transaction, right? If you see that right now, every initial the system was generating, lot of alerts, but now every alert has been multi-gated. That means before an alert come up here, the so many that you are checking the technical analysis, you are looking the VIX, you are looking into all the factor that can impact a stock. That could from the specific stock data, the global analysis, the sentiment analysis, the market sentiment, the CPI report, even the SPY and the SPX direction, the QQQ direction, the VIX. We're looking in all the data. Then we are sending the entire data to multiple, the system I detect everything, but once it is, clear and pass through all the gates, pass through all the required criterias, the system also going and checking against multiple AI layer, the external AI, AI partners. It goes there and validate, is this option really credible? And if that give me that good chunk, okay, this is a good setup, the option will come up. So you can see that there are maximum maybe 20-25 options that you will see down the line a day. It's not because the system doesn't generate. The system generate 200, 250, 300 options on all the S&P 500 stocks, because the system scan all the S&P 500 stocks plus any stock that is $70 billion above. So it's check all the stocks scanned every second. The moment it find a setup for the option play, right? The moment it finds the setup and identify that this is a good momentum, it picked up. The system generate 300 stocks at a day. but it only give you 25, 20, 25, because it goes through multiple get layer. Once it clarified, then only then once it's make the checkboxes enable everywhere, then only it will pop up here. So you see that there are right now the market is closed, but tomorrow morning, Monday morning, you will see a fresh new setup, right? Active is the one that is already active. Like for example, there are some options that you see, they are multi-day, 27 days, the multi-day setups, right? This multi-day setups, that means the expiry date is September 18. So these options are still in play. They are not, I mean, they're still active, they're still working, and that is still in play. Right, so that's what is showing up. The past tellers are here, the one which is already the system already alerted earlier, and they are closed. Mostly they are closed, or whatever happened, they are closed, and that is not active anymore, so they will go to the past alert. Here is a search sticker. You can find any of the past alert, like you put the name of the sticker ticker, right? Like AMD, or Nvidia, you give your ticker name, it will search the past alert that has been fired. So you have all the active alerts that fired here. You have all the past alert that is all accessible here on this checkbox. Okay, so every ticker that you see that here, every alert that comes with a specific scoring, the specific probability scoring. So you can keep the score like, hey, you want to pick all the alerts that comes in, or you want to pick only the stocks which are like 95, 90% above, right? You have an option to filter out the alerts that comes in based on the scoring. Obviously, the scoring, the system give a scoring based on all the technical factor that you see there, and when you see that, based on that, the numbers comes up here, and you can filter them that here. This the system fire multiple different type of option. You can get long call, long put, right? You all know that what is long call, long put, right? It also giving you bear call and bull put. Sometimes it also give you the iron condor. There are 5 trading strategy that the system detect at this moment: iron condor, the bear and bull put, bear call and bull put spread, long call and long put. Those are 5 different strategy the stock, the system scan, and the system giving the data. So when an alert comes up here, you see there's so many active alert that is available as of now, right? Like Google, Google is a long call, multi-day, 27 days, right? That all of them, anything that fire off here, they will be available on the stock. So you go in, type your ticker name, and that can filter out the specific stock for them. Every stock, every option comes with a DTE, like what is the expiry date. So if you're buying a stock for this week, the premium price will be different because there is a theta decay calculated on this week premium pricing. But if you're buying an option which is 30-day expiry date, you have more room. Your premium would be higher. If you're taking a leave call, like a 1 year down, then your premium will be much higher, right? So you have an option that you want to pay less premium, and you're betting against the stock, then you can go with the less 7 days, because obviously the premiums would be pretty low here. But if you're picking the one, no, no, I want to have a lot of room. Like for example, if a stock goes $5 down, you don't have impact to your option price, right? Then you should go with the longer call, like well, for 60 to 45 days or 46 to 180 days. In that way, it is like leave calls, and you have more room for you to make a bigger gain, but at the same time more room to recover if something goes against you. So you need to calculate how much risk you want to do. But there is a DTE, and this DTE has direct impact on the premium of your option, and because it calculates your theta. Every option comes with a premium. Like example, this spread, you will get a $3.72 credit, right? But again, if you pick some of them, like example, this Apple contract is $8.25 is your premium. So every every user comes with his own appetite, how much they want to invest on an option. As I told you earlier, right? You are betting maximum 2% of your portfolio on option. So if you're playing with a $10,000, then you should bet only $200 max. That's my calculation, right? But if you're going with That kind of calculation, you need to know, okay, I want to filter out all the option that fire, which is only $100 to $500 range, because I don't want to cross $500 a premium. Or you say, okay, no, no, I have some bandwidth, I want to go something more than 500,000, or I want to go with something above 1,000, right? You have an option, so you can define based on your premium pricing. Okay. The time frame, again, that's like another level of filter. You want to do a same day, like, hey, I want to go into a trade only by today expiry. I want to go something within 1 week of expiry, right? So you have an option, like, define, okay, same day, no, I don't have swing, I don't have multi-day, all of them are multi-day. But during the trading hour, you can get a lot many same day alerts, the same, like, expiry is the today's date. Before I kind of go in and start driving down the details, I want to open the forum to see if anyone have any questions from the filter perspective or from the system perspective. Please.
Roj, please check the message.
Okay. Uh,
Okay, anyway, I can repeat. So let's say if I choose an option that has a long duration of, let's say, 360 days or maybe 6 months, but if my target, let's say $5 from the current price, if the target reaches in, let's say, 1 week, so what
mhm.
is the best strategy? Sell and get out?
No, no. So the momentum of a stock doesn't last all the time, right? Um, a lot of people I have seen a lot of my friends. What they do is they hold. I mean, when they're okay, so there are two things. If you're buying for 6 months down, right? You have and your analysis says that this stock is going to go for a big ride, right? There are two things that can happen. So you are considering that this stock can go for a bigger ride, a longer ride. So that is the reason you said that, okay, I can wait for 6 months to see how much money it goes. That's one way to look into it. The other way to look into it is for safe strategy. You don't want to, when the price, when the stock goes down by $5-10, you want your premium to be not to be very heavily impacted, right? And you want to have more room to recover. Then you can go with a 6 month time, but you have a specific price target that, okay, I make double the money, I made 100% gain, I want to exit out. Or maybe you can put a trailing stop, right? When the option, the moment it hit the target, don't close it, put a trailing stop on there. So what is the trailing stop means? That as the option goes up, 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 your stop price will go up, up, up along with the price ride. So let's consider you go for a 6 month ride, you take an option today, after 3 months the stock went continues to rise, right? But after 3 months the stock started going down, and you put a $10 difference on the price. The moment it start going down, your trailing stop trigger and you exited with a maximum gain. So there are three strategy that Anil that you can do, right? One is for really, really long run. You want to continue the ride of the stock. Second, you want to have an option where you want to make a better premium. On the same time, you want to have room to recover average if something goes south. And the third one, you can buy it with a longer vision, but you can put an option in the trailing stop. That can give you the maximum money on option trade if you're following that.
Thanks.
Any other questions from the filter perspective? Everything that you see here.
Saroj, it doesn't include the index options now, right? Like SPX or NDX and such, right?
So SPX and NDX has not part of the system yet. That those data source NDX and SPX are very premium data sources. If there are a lot of interest from the user, we can add SPX NDX, but right now SPX NDX is not part of it because I have not seen a lot of requests coming in. I see a lot of people are putting a lot of feature request. No one has asked for SPX. I mean, one person has asked for SPX NDX, but not many. So if that is there something coming up, we can definitely bring the SPX NDX in the option play. But what I'm doing is I'm giving SPY and QQQ because SPY multiplied 10 is SPX and QQ multiplied 42 times is your NDX. So SPX NDX is like something similar, but it's not part of the system yet.
Okay.
Okay. Any other question? Okay. Now when an option fire, right? Example, I'm just taking Google as an example. So it is pretty clean and clear. It is the direction is bullish, right? It's the stock is expecting to go up, long call, and it is a 27-day horizon. So it fire on this if you see the fire time, the alert fire on Friday 10 a.m. Central time. I'm in Central, so you see CDT. So it's saying on the 21st August, it fired at 10 o'clock, right? Expired, and the price that you see all that is like, I mean, this is like today, that's fine. It fired on the time, and it is expecting it to go to September 8, September 18 is the DTE, like the target price is September 18. And if you click on that, right, you can see that the debit you're paying to get this contract is $10.57, right? A current premium is like you are 6.7% gain. So the system refresh in every 1 minute, it pull the data and update the system, right? So you buy in 10:57. At the end of the day on Friday, it closed at 11:28, right? The target is 21:14 based on the system, right? They're based on all the technical indication that he sees that it is expecting to go to 21:14. The if the if Google goes south, the stop price is 5.29, $5.29. But we are, I mean, but again, that is a hard stop. But the system detected every minute. The moment the system see that this Google is going south, it will ask you to exit out, because it's saying that you see there is a flag called good entry, that this flag will change immediately, and it will say that exit out, or it will tell you to stop. But even otherwise, you see that, okay, please, Madhur, please go ahead. What is your question?
Yeah. My question is regarding, you said that if Google goes south. So
Mhm.
on what basis if this system is deciding that it will go down or go up? What kind of fundamentals or analysis it's taking care of it?
So there are multiple factor that takes in when you're taking the stock or option, right? We In the option, you're talking about option specifically. Um, the system is detecting everything based on the technique. No, the first thing it detects is based on the technical analysis. Is your, there's a multiple factor, your moving average, your, RSI, your VBEP, your MACD, your support resistance, your demand supply, your volume supply, all are factor that comes in for a stock, right? But at the same time, it also consider, is there a sentiment analysis that is happening around Google, right? Is there a lot of option flow that is coming in toward policy? You see that, I have option flow data. So that, when a stock is about to pick up, the option players, the first people, they started acting on that. They started buying a lot of long calls for that. So there is a lot of bigger investor, right? They started buying the option. So you can define based on the option flow. We looked into the SPX, sorry, we looked into the volatility index of the day. We looked into the what is called the sector rotation of the day. We looked into the global. Looked into, is there any specific news, or in the CPI report? Is there anything coming up that can influence the price of a stock? So we're looking not only technical analysis. You're looking technical analysis. You're looking the option flows. You're looking the fundamental analysis, or you're looking for any stock price. Is there a specific news from Google itself? Then we're looking the volatility index. We're looking all the factors, and based on that, it giving us a score of 89%. And then this 89%, then we're taking all the data. Then I have multi-layer of specific AI calls that I'm making with the whole data. Then that system double confirm that what is this, all the number looks accurate. Is there anything I need to change? Is this the right alert I can show up on the system? And based on that, it appear here. And when I'm giving that option to you, I'm trying to present you with all the data that I get it from all the different sources. So if you see that, this is the data that you see, the technical analysis along with some of the data. I give you the chart, I give you the option flow data, I give you all the gamma exposure, I give you every information that I give you, so that you know exactly what you're going to take. But again, I'm not letting you to go for just blind it, just go for write this. When you take this call, right? I monitor this option in every minute. The moment I see that this is not a good entry, I will give you red highlighter flag that this specific option flow is getting weaker. All the analysis that we have for the stock is not maintaining the same level of confidence. I'm losing my confidence. I will give you a stop, exit out. I will give you the red flag color here, exit out. And the moment I give it, you book your gain and reserve your gain, how much, whatever you made, and exit out. Because there is no, we have so much of options that so much of stocks and options comes throughout the day. So you're not leaving with a single option. So you have decision that hey, this is a time to exit out.
Okay, good to know. So this options, whenever it's changed, the sentiments got changed, so you will trigger the notification, right?
You will see here, I mean, right now the market is closed, but I think if I go to the past alert, I mean, I don't know if the past alert will have the data. Like example, let's see, it doesn't have. So normally in the past alert that you'll see, okay, so here you see example, exit counter signal. So AITW, okay, it
Mhm.
it says that the moment it gave you all the data, and the moment it says that there is something that is not, the moment I feel the system feel that I'm losing my confidence on this specific trade alert, it will ask you to exit out. Because so the two goals, the two fundamentals that I have used on the system is whatever my gain that I reserve, and whatever the momentum I made on the stock, and reserve that gain. So if you see that this stock has made this much of right, it made this much of right, but again, if something trigger, I want to reserve this gain. I don't want this to go south, because that is where I'm giving a I'm watching all the alert at every minute, pulling all the data, going through multiple layer of consideration. The moment I feel that, I'm giving this flag, I'm changing it, and you can easily visible on the screen. Okay.
Okay, thank
All right.
you.
So, yeah. So now you see all the data. So based, you see that how the data is flowing in, and you can track all of them here, and you can see your call that comes in there, right? That's your active alert. Now, whenever an alert comes in, and once I feel like okay, I reach the target, or I see the weakness, the system is closing it. Like okay, no, hey, I made $71, and I don't feel strong enough, whatever, from here, or whatever the reason, I want to exit out. So he closed it, resolve the trade for the day, and the trade will move it to here. Okay. So every day morning you will see this is empty, right? Then this will pile off for the whole day. So you see on Friday specifically, on friday on Friday, it triggered this many 18 alert, and it made 13 wins, 5 losses, and this is the gain for that on Friday, only Friday specific. Okay. And if you see that this guy, like Tesla, so if I click on the Tesla, it identify the 9472, and it will come up in a second. It's pulling like thousands of rows and trying to find out. Oh,
Meanwhile, let me ask one question.
yes, yes, yeah.
So you said that Friday, in an example, that end of the day, it will go to the resolve tab.
Hmm.
So it means that the same which your system is basically following. So by from Monday, it will not follow it.
No,
That.
yeah. So if I show that, I show you the Tesla call example, right?
Mhm.
Okay. No, 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 no. Okay, hold on. I think 1 second, 1 second. Sorry for that. No, yeah. So no, the system is still doing that. Okay, I click on something here. So 1 minute. Let me go there. Okay. So say the screen again. My apology for that little health. Okay. So the system generate an alert, right? Then the moment system detect that this is a call that I should exit out, it will close it. It will tell you this is the exit, right? Move done,
Mhm.
exit, move done, and will close the trade from here. It'll go to resolve. So after on the next day, you won't see that here, because the alert go from active to the past alert.
Correct, correct. So no, my question is, I got that part, but suppose there is, because this is option, is there is a time limits.
Hmm.
So if in an option the system triggered for 1 week, like by as you mentioned, by September 18, the expiry date is September 18.
Hmm.
Now we're talking about 2, 3 weeks ahead. Now if it is
Yes.
get closed today, suppose I bought it and if it's closed today, So from tomorrow, your system will not tell me, that it will
Yeah, no,
how
because
it
if it is
looks.
closed today, yeah, if it is closed today, the alert will move to past alert. The system is still available. You can see the alert what time it is closed. Because if I see a weakness, I don't hold it, right?
No, I understand. So,
Yeah,
but in the case of the result, suppose it's next day, it's a good today.
yeah,
Okay,
it is good today,
but
but uh-huh.
tomorrow it's getting weaker. But your system looks like, because it's already closed today in your system, so you are not following tomorrow, right? It will not tell me
I
that
will
it's
no no
getting
no
weaker.
I will not follow. I will not follow. Yeah,
So
because
yeah,
yeah,
because
no,
sorry.
because once I resolve it, right? Once I resolve it, I log the option here, then I move it to the past alert. I don't need to track that anymore because the system detect the new one. There is no reason for one to track again
No, I
because
understand, but
yeah.
the timing for that particular expiry is not yet done. The expiry was
No,
showing me
yeah, but because
before
I'm
you
not
said.
no, no, I'm not really counting towards September 18. The system is okay. So if there's one logic that I have, if the stock is still strong, if it is going in the direction, I can follow through that. Okay, but the moment I feel weakness, I don't wait for the expiry date, because there is, if I do that, then my gains, whatever I captured, that
No,
gains
no,
will
and
be
I see,
impacted.
I understand that part. I got it
Mhm.
very clearly that
Okay.
if it is weaker, you will tell, notify, and you put in the result.
Mhm.
I am talking only the case if it is not weaker, it is going up and up and up. For
Then
example,
that will continue showing up. If you see this 2100, right, example,
that's my point. So next day
yeah,
it will be continued, right? It will not
yeah,
be
that no,
go
no,
as
no,
a
so
part
yeah,
of the
no, no,
result.
this
Okay.
okay, so let's look at this. This is a good point you saw. Okay, so snow, right? Snow fired on August 19. It's not fired on 21, but it still exists. It's still available.
Okay, because it's
Okay,
not weaker. Okay, got it
because
now.
I'm not weaker, but every stock that every stock that is getting, the moment it get weaker, I will close it. Again, this Tesla one, it fired one. If you see, click on that. I think I don't know what happened there, or I need to see what happened there. So if yeah, I'm keeping. So you see this call example, this call, it fired on August 14. It closed on August 21. There's a $1,300 gain. 1313 is gain, right? The previous one. Where is that? Yeah, the previous one got $1,300 gain because I maintain it, because one of the fundamental that I kept it is I'm doing a trailing stop. Not trailing stop, but I'm continuing tracking the price as it ride along. As long the stock is, as long as I have not reached the expiry, as long as the strong stocks momentums are really good, I want to track it there. I don't want to stop it because I have a lot
Got
of
it.
room. Unless I
Yeah.
see something weak, I will come back to the other side.
Okay. Yeah, this is what my question. Thank you very much.
No, absolutely. And okay, any other question before I move on here? Go to the active one. Okay, so yeah, that is where resolve, and every day you will start phrase and it will show you. So again, the system, if you see, a lot of them are here. Amazon, I'm an example. Amazon, it lost with the $55, right? The system see that it continues to track it, but the moment even though it went down by $55, it's still holding it. It didn't hit the stop price. The stop price, if I click on that Amazon, so you see that. Let's see that here. uh the stop is 430, right? And the premium paid is 860. If I wait for 430, I would have wait like almost 50%. But did I wait for 50%? No, I did not. The moment I see a little weakness on Amazon stock from the option flow or the VIX data or the CPI report or the labor report, or some news comes in, or the sentiment around all this commercial sector that impacted, anywhere I see an impact that can impact my premium, I exited with a with a soft stop. Expiry is September 18. I can wait till September 18. The stock might recover, but I don't want to take a chance. I'm okay to exit out with a $55 exit. I can make money in other stock options, but I don't want to risk it. I see some weakness. Tomorrow morning, it is a fresh new set, but you should not be worried about that. because it trigger. I mean, it's just the system see that. The system see it is a weakness. It asks you to come out. But if you see most of them, the some stocks like they come with a $5, $7 gain, right? They have a lot of expiry time, but it all exited. So if you see here, it didn't wait for the stop price. It exited out. If you wait here, this Google, it exited even is is trying to resolve your $5 gain. Let's consider something else. Like example, Tesla. It also like September 18, but it exited with a $500 gain because it's trying to preserve your gain, how much you made on Friday. Instead of the moment the stock goes south, your premium will be impacted and I'll resolve it. Okay, so this is something you will start seeing this very often. I think someone posted some message here. Any questions we have there? uh do we have a personal tracker? If I buy option, is there a way to, yeah, okay, so we'll go there. I mean, there is something called journal. So let's look into that. Before I go to journal, I think before I change the page, is this good enough, right? Then if any alert.
Saroj,
Yes, please go ahead.
can you explain what are those contrarian, mixed read? What are those in the card?
Which one, sorry, repeat that again.
In the option card, you see something red contrarian, and then there is a yellow one called mixed read. What are those?
Yeah, so um if you see that here, keep your mouse over. Okay. um it is still a good entry. A lot of factors saying good entry, but you see in the option flow bearish, right? It feel like the negative gamma below the flip and new sentiment bullish. So your sentiment is bullish, all the new sentiment, but the gamma data and some of those technical factor, it is saying it is still giving weakness. But I have a weight system. Like what I do is I kind of trying to factor in all the factor. I put a different percentage weight. Okay, that how much that data is going to weight. But if you see this a mixed read, it is still continue, it's still good. You can take a breath, it can still continue with the right. But if you see constraint, like I mean, the moment it's saying red flag, it start getting into place where I may give you the stop exit, or I will give you a soft stop, and I will ask you to exit out. It feel like even though a lot of sentiments are bullish from a news perspective, from the data perspective, but there are some, but the number of option flow or some other factor that is pushing down a little bit. Like the bear people, the people who want to bring down, they're they're trading more on the bearish side. They are going against the oracle long, and it starts seeing some flavor. So this is your final flag that you should maintain, but this is something preliminary stage that also I'm trying to bring in and show it to the user, so that at least you, this is still a good entry. This may change, but this is something is coming up, and just trying to give you a little bit of advice, preliminary advice before I ask you to change the trade. Okay.
So, Saroj, this is still means basically as per this seeing this signal. Okay, as per this one, it is a good entry, or we can prefer the other something else because this is still it is a small one,
So
correct?
yeah, so that if let's look into a few more, right?
Yeah.
I mean, right now is okay. So example here, it said don't chase, trim, because I
Mhm.
think it is saying snow is reads that asking you to chase, don't enter anymore, trim it. But example, if you see this a CRM, it is 15% dollar, 1.3% down, but it still is a good entry. Okay.
Mhm.
And if you see here Google, right, example, it is a mixed read. I mean, it's still strong, it's still, you can take it. And here it's still good. It's still a good entry. It still is a good entry. But there are some flag that generated around Oracle to the specific option flow, which is making it a little weaker. I'm a risky player. Yeah, I can take it. But if I want to go completely safe, man, why should I take it? Let me take something one. I don't want to take any chance. So I will skip that and come here
Okay.
because
And
there are a
suppose,
lot of.
yeah,
Go ahead.
suppose one more thing. If I buy it, suppose I buy a option, so is there anywhere I can just, okay, I buy this one, I want to track it separately
Yes, yes,
because it
yes,
has,
yes. We will go there. I mean, so okay, so let me tell you. So you see that here, right? There are two options
Mhm.
here. I mean, you keep, there is something called, you see there's something called track.
Okay, okay. Yeah, yeah.
Okay, you see the Google. So let's consider I click the Google on track. You click on the button here. You see, you click it, track the
Mhm.
Google. Now go here, something called journal.
Okay.
Open that. You see, I just track the Google.
Mhm.
It comes up here. And so every user will have a trade journal, right? And this not apply to stock. It applies stocks, options, momentum, anything that anywhere you do, you can bring them all. And the long stock. There are some discussion we were doing yesterday is that some people, there is, let's consider a scenario. Right now, sorry, let's focus on the option that I'll go to the long. So you
Yeah.
here, you see that here, and you can see that what you're tracking here. It track your profit loss and all, like exactly what time you picked up. It trying to capture that price, and it'll try to
Okay.
see the market price on the time. It'll tell you how much green or red you are in on that option. You can click on analyze. It will tell you something. Okay, hold, don't sell. It's still good, right? But
Yeah.
if you run a analyze on all the stocks or premium, that thing you picked up, analyze all open, right? And it's going to make all the analysis, data. It pull all the market data of that, all of your portfolio. It will go to the market, and see from there. It will give you all kind of flavor. Like you can click on the details. You can go and like a stock is good or bad. So there is
Okay.
as you are here, I want to give you one example. Some people follow long stock, right? They buy MU, and MU went from 300 to 900. Then from 900, it started going to 600. Then from 600, it went to 900 again. So
Yeah.
what people do, they go in 300. They went, they went all the way till 900. They make 600, right? They were expecting the stock will go more up, and they didn't realize the gain in 900. But the moment the stock going from 900 to 600, they got fear. Okay, the stock went down 300. I lost 50% of my gain. I want to exit out, and they exited out. So they could have saved the another 300 that went off. They could have saved that money if they have the right tool with their hand, and but they were not having it, right? But think about a system like this kind of journal. You buy whenever, whatever you buy long stock. I'm just talking about a lot of people going long. I mean, you are the option player, but a lot of people go with the long. You buy a long stock, and you put that on the track. Let this sit on your system once in a day, right? Or once in a few days. If you don't have time, come to your journal, click on analyze all the open. Let's see the system. Is the system saying that you're asking you to wait? Is the system asking you to exit out? Is the system saying that this specific stock, lost all of his, energy and is trying to go down? You need some analysis, right? Where the system will tell you, it's time to exit out, or book your gain, don't hold it up. Or, do it, like how in the option, you see that, right? In the option, it telling you that don't chase, exit with the 50% out. So you need a system, and the system will tell you that. So that's where the journal, that's where like you can use the journal, and you can use it for every long stock option, anything that you picked up, they will come to the journal. And you can go here, example, right? In the workbench, you pick something, there is an option called track. I think something called track, right? You go to spotlight, there's something, mark, so right now there's something called track here. You see the track, right? You go to a spot workbench, go to long, where is the long group as an example, right? Picking something with $100 billion above, run scan, let this come up, right? And you go to early, like all the early movers, right? Like example, Moderna, they're a pretty strong, right? And they also off here, right? Everywhere there's an option for you to click on the track, and you can maintain your journal. And when you run analyze, it'll pull all the data, analyze the data real time, and give you enough insight so that you can take a decision. Let this come off. Okay, so example here, you click on the track, MRVL, you click on the track, right? So, and this change every day, obviously, but whatever you're buying it, you keep it track. The moment you keep it track, I capture the current price, the time. You click on the track, right? I capture the current price. So when after 10 days, when you come into the journal and you say refresh your screen, it'll tell you how much you're in green or red, analyze, and you can take all kind of decision from the journal. And guys, any feedback that you feel like, that okay, maybe I should have this much, or can you show me, can you add this feature? Anywhere you feel like there is something, a feature that you like to add on to the system, there is something called here called feedback. Is a feedback. You add the feedback. I will take that in days. I will get it done, and I will show you, and I will make it work for you. But again, there's a feedback. Any feature that you feel like there's something we can improve or add, Absolutely. I'm open for that. Any other question? I think so. Please, I think someone test a message. I'm not able to see multiple screen. Can we remove the tracked stock from the journal? Yes, sir. You can do that. Okay. So go here. No, no, no. Where is the journal? Go here. You see, delete it because this is you it just once you delete, it's gone, right? Once you delete, it's gone. It's now no more available on the system. You see, Intel is gone, right? So this is your track record. You have an option to add, remove, edit, delete. This is your journal. Okay. Any other question? Okay, good. I mean,
One
hopefully,
more,
yeah, yes,
just one
yes,
more.
yes, yes, it is,
Like the
yes.
confidence level, you're putting something 70%, like that's something correct.
Mm-hmm.
But so what the advising you're giving, more than 75% is good to go, or
Ah, so options, yeah, I mean, I'm practically, anything like 65, 70 above, I go with that, right? See,
okay,
the system taking, the actually, if you see the system taking 56 different data that impacting the scoring. 56 different, I mean, RSI is one, MACD is one, BWAP is one, volume is one, like that. There are 56
yeah,
different data that putting the weightage on the 94. So even some of those data can go down. So every second the weight of the data will recalculate it, and doing all that, right? Because the fresh data every second, the data is different, so it is recalculate. So I take anything above 65 or 70 above, I take them. But again, I take them only 3 4 5, because there is one rule that I brought when I start the discussion. you know 2 to 3% of your portfolio you can trade. Okay, again, that's best practice. People, a lot of options, but that's how they do. That's how you can maintain a discipline. Take three
yeah,
trades and max, not like nine. The system given 18 alert doesn't mean that you need to take 18. The moment you are going with the 18, that means you are gambling, you're risking,
yeah,
right? Take three
yeah,
four
yeah,
trade, and you have more room to breathe. You have more room to learn from your mistake. I spoke to someone today. I spoke to one of our subscriber today. He's doing very differently. He has a spreadsheet, and he captured in the screenshot. He was not about the journal, but he's captured the screenshot. He consistently making a good set of trade every day. He maintained the discipline. I have seen another person that I spoke to a few days before. He made 37K in 1 month, but he is very disciplined player, and he's not doing option. He's just doing stock only from the moment of scanner, right? And how he reached the number is because of the discipline. Now, stock market is, people say that stock is gambling. No, it's not a gambling. As long as you know what you're doing, it's not a gambling. You need to know what you trade and how you trade, and how you take that alerts and how you execute. That is where it can get you the data. Please, is there an expiry date shown on the journal view? That is not needed. But if you, okay, so this is the entry. So by 3:45 call, you see DT is 27, right? I have this data, but what I can do, that's a good point that you asked for. I can, this by 3:45 call that you have, I can, I have the data is on the screen. I can add something in a different way so that I can highlight in different color if you want, and I can add if it's a DT27, I can add something that it will tell you the exact expiry date. You need to calculate DT27. I can, that's something we can do. That it's a minor fix, we can take care of it. Okay, yeah. So this is journal. But otherwise, yeah. So discipline, stock is all about discipline and execution. If you maintain a discipline and you execute perfectly with the right entry, stop, target, yeah, and you need a better, you got a better system. Yes, that can help you definitely. And stock, trading is something. It's not that you're doing it for for fun or time pass. This is a skill that you learning it, and this skill will continue until your last breath. You maintain this skill. No one going to take away this skill. It's okay to spend time and learn the discipline and the skill that that helps to be a better trader. Yeah. Okay. Any other question you have? No.
Oh, good.
Okay. No, thank you. Sitish, and thank you everyone. I think any question you have, please feel free to send me the message on the WhatsApp. You can directly WhatsApp me, and I'm very, I'm available on the WhatsApp mostly. Anything you have, absolutely can go back and talk. Journal view is like a watch list of your journal view is a watch list of Robinhood. No, 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 no. Journal is so whenever you take a trade, that trade when you click on the track, that will go to your journal. I mean, because what I'm doing is what is different, from other place to here is journal is you will calculate at what price you enter, and I will identify what is the current market price, and I will tell you you are in gain or loss. Then you can analyze that at the real time, and you can analyze that at the real time. Then you can decide like, okay, you are in gain or loss, and based on that you can take some decision. Uh, did I answer that question on the
Yeah.
journal?
So, excuse me. So, watch list also is similar, right? It just
No, no, no. Watch
act.
list is you are showing the current market price. So I'm telling you as an example, okay?
Yeah.
So you take, okay, so let's take this stock. I'm just taking a simple stock, right? You take a Dell on Friday or on 19 example. I already closed it, so that's why you're seeing loss, right? I didn't close the right time, but again, you take a stock. So you take Dell on Friday on Wednesday at a price of 410. Okay, now Dell is $440. So when you click on $410, you click on the track. So I capture that you entered at 410, and I'm capturing at what price you enter. You see that is the exact entry price. Now after 7 days, the Dell stock is $500. So you will see you entered at 410, now it is 500, so it's a $90 gain on your stock. Okay, then I will show you that you are like 23% gain on the stock, and you can analyze and can tell you is it still a good ride, or you want to exit out, or you want to trim it, right? Then the analyze will tell you, hey, this is because this is a completely personal assistant. It is a personal assistant on trading. Whatever trade you take, you track it, you come here, you analyze, you ask for it, you take decision, then you execute. But the watch list, they're different. They track the current market price. They don't do this level of calculation or analyze. That is not your assistant. That is just giving you a current price.
Yeah, it doesn't do analysis, but it shows how much profit you would have gained if you purchased that price
Oh,
and all
that
that.
okay.
Yeah.
No, okay,
Yeah.
okay. Then I have not seen that feature. Okay, then I think
Oh,
different. Yeah.
okay.
Okay,
In
okay, okay.
Robinhood, there's watch list.
Okay, okay,
So
okay,
we
okay.
add the option for the current price, and then it tracks how much you have gained or lost.
Oh, okay, then I think that I have not seen the feature. Maybe, yeah, that could be there. Yeah, this is something we came up like with all the meetings, and just built it out of this. Okay. Yes, I
Okay.
think there is one question someone has asked me in the trial version. So in the trial version, just like a week of time. You try for a week, and whatever the package you are in, you have access to that. So if you are, like Elite will have a moment of scanner, right? Example, Elite will have moment of scanner. Then Alpha has all the option. So if you're going for anything with the Pro, Elite, and Alpha, you have access to journal. But if you're going with the trader, the first layer of the subscription, you do not have journal. So all these features that you see, I mean, there are a lot of thing that is only for the administrator like me. For example, autopsy. There are a lot of root cause analysis happen on every stock. Autopsy. I'm just giving a quick example, right? So every alert or fire on the system, it do a real time 24/7 analysis, like why a stock I give a specific target but it didn't work, right? It build me a lot of lessons, and those lessons will go back to the weighting calculator, and it in the scoring and all of the number that applies that. So it is a, but these are like for me, so you don't need that. But again, options and edge, they are for alpha. Momentum scanner and trade cockpit, they are for the elite, right? Then long growth and briefing and macro and scan, now they are for the first layer, pro. Then spotlight is only for the trader. Like this is like the first package, you have access to this screen, nothing else. But otherwise, if you are if you're taking elite or if you're taking alpha, you have access to all the functionality of the system.
Sir, is there any plan just to have a membership tier only for option trading if someone is only interested in option
Yeah,
trading
that's
and
the
doesn't want to stocks? Is there any plan to have a separate tier altogether?
yeah no
Suppose
that
I
that
do
is
not want anything in the stocks like momentum scanner. So, but if
it's
I
it,
subscribe alpha, then it will be more money. If I just want option trading.
no. So
It
the
is possible.
way no the way it is defined, Pradipta, is like when you're going for the option. See how I'm telling you from a systematically. You if you're going for an option, how these options coming up, the data. If you see the layer, the system, anything that is coming in the option, it's practically accounting the entire system, because anything that option is using, the system generate the alert at all the different smaller layer. Then those alerts are going to multi-layer of filtration, gate, and calculation, and that goes to the option. So when you take an option, you get every feature of it by default, and you're consuming the whole system along with it. It's about the consumption of the system, not specific to the feature, because all the options that comes in. I mean, there is like example you see in a stock like Palo Alto, right? Then Palo Alto give you that. Then Palo Alto looked into all of the data, and is the Palo Alto suitable for option? It looks all the option pro data and the gamma data and all other sentiment analysis. It does all of them. Then it gives you the option. So, but when you go to option, it consumes the whole system as it together. So when you go to option, that's the reason you have access to the entire system. But if you are on elite, you don't have access to option because you don't need that. You are limited, and you are limiting the access of the system to certain level.
Okay.
Okay. You provide signal on both the direction of, yes, Sumant. I think no. I mean, you see. I mean, again, in the options, you see not only one. You see long call, you know, uh, bearish, bullish, and the spread, and iron condor. So iron condor, sometimes it comes up like when it's like not bullish, not bearish. It's like more as, what is the flag that's called? I forgot the name of it. Choppy. When in the chop environment and the price is not moving too much, the iron counter is a good strategy. We want the contract to die and just take the premium. Iron counter is appear sometime as well. No, not, I mean, yeah, it's see based on the market sentiment. It's when it comes up, we'll see that option here, because these are all dynamic. These are not like picking by default. They're not there. The moment an alert comes in, that specific type will be appearing here. So yes, iron counter is also there.
Mm.
Okay.
Thanks.
Yeah. All right. I think any question here, guys, feel free. No need to type. You can open up, directly ask me question. But otherwise, I'm here. On the side, you can ask me on the WhatsApp. But otherwise, thank you everyone for your time on Sunday night. And we'll catch up again on the next topic. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Yeah. Good night.
Thank you, man.
Thank you.